Hey! Welcome back to Guess World Quiz. This is Put a Finger Down Dad Love Edition. If you put more than 15 fingers down, then you love your dad, but I bet you $20 that only 1% of people will put their finger down on the last one. Ready? Before starting, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Put a finger down if your dad has ever stayed up late helping you with a school project. Put a finger down if your dad has ever given you advice that changed your perspective. Put a finger down if your dad has ever made your favorite meal, just because. Put a finger down if you have subscribed or liked the video. Put a finger down if your dad has ever driven you to a friend's house late at night. Put a finger down if your dad has ever made you laugh when you needed it the most. Put a finger down if your dad has ever listened to you without judgment. Put a finger down if your dad has ever taught you a valuable life skill. Put a finger down if your dad has ever cheered you on during a difficult moment. Put a finger down if your dad has ever defended you, no matter what. Put a finger down if your dad has ever made sacrifices for your happiness. Put a finger down if your dad has ever encouraged you to pursue your dreams. Put a finger down if your dad has ever hugged you tightly after a tough day. Put a finger down if your dad has ever made time for you even when he was busy. Put a finger down if your dad has ever been your biggest supporter. Put a finger down if your dad has a special nickname for you, and tell us no in comments. Put a finger down if your dad has ever surprised you with a thoughtful gift. Put a finger down if your dad has ever given you the space to make your own mistakes. Put a finger down if your dad has ever shown you unconditional love. Put a finger down if your dad has ever made you feel proud of who you are. Put a finger down if your dad has ever offered wise advice, even if you didn't want to hear it. Put a finger down if your dad has ever been there for you during a tough breakup. Put a finger down if your dad has ever supported your hobbies, no matter how unusual. Put a finger down if your dad has ever been your role model. Put a finger down if your dad attends all your events. Put a finger down if your dad has ever stayed up all night worrying about you. Put a finger down if your dad has ever celebrated your achievements, big or small. Put a finger down if your dad has ever surprised you with a heartfelt letter or note. Put a finger down if your dad has ever made sacrifices to ensure you had opportunities he didn't. Put a finger down if your dad has ever shared his favorite childhood stories with you. Count your fingers and tell us your score in the comments. Remember to like, share, and hit the subscribe button. Can't wait to see you in our next quiz challenge.